So today our special guest joins us from America.
We got a special guest in the building.
Los Angeles. I think we have to call her an entertainer because she does so many things that entertainer encompasses all elements. She's got a social media following of around 200,000 followers.
200K.
It is Joty Kay.
Wow, guys, I feel like I need to come out running and sound like, yes.
What would you choose as your like walk-in boxing match song?
Oh my gosh. I'd probably like right now, Sidhu Musala. We need some Sidhu Musala when we're walking.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Any particular track?
I like the song that goes,
Go on, sing for us.
oh fuck. Level.
Yeah,
Started
I
level, then he
was thinking
hung
that in my head.
Yeah,
I
that's
knew
my
that.
shit.
I knew that was
That
coming.
was when I heard that song. I'm like, bro, this is my anthem.
yeah.
That's my jam.
As soon as you said Sidhu, I thought, yes, level.
Levels would be mine, 100%.
But I wanted you to sing it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said it. You should let her sing it. Can you sing? Actually, you do so many things. Can you sing too?
No, that's one thing I can't do. I can sing in the
wait.
shower.
No, you can rap though, can't you?
I can't. I like to think so. Yeah. I mean, I did one song, Jotiana, but it was just for fun. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, I'm all right.
Oh, yeah. Okay, give us a little 16.
Yeah, go on, give us a little.
Oh gosh, you guys are gonna put me on this
give her a beat, D. Give her a beat.
Okay, I'm just gonna mix it in with my non-existent fucking decks. Okay.
No, let's give her a beat. Yeah, do it.
What?
Go,
Boom.
you.
I don't. Should I just do my song? Okay.
Boom. Boom.
Hey, mad chichi nalo patali, but my ass fat. All the brown boys, they want to have that. I kind of forgot my song. You can have that. So I'm going to stop because I don't have anything else to say.
How did you forget the lyrics to your own song?
I did. I was like, oh shit, I don't even know. I wrote it. I actually wrote the whole thing by myself, even though, I mean, it's only a minute long.
If anyone wants to catch the song, where can they find it?
Apple, Spotify, everywhere. Jotiana, YouTube. Yeah, it's still there.
Well, it's nice to have you in the UK. It's your first time, isn't it?
It's my first time. I'm excited. Everyone's been really nice to me. My number one following, I think, is the UK. So it's nice to be here.
What, number one in total? Number one outside of the
Like
US?
it's Canada and UK actually, because you're always bigger where you're not from. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, I was seeing that. Like,
No way.
Not for me.
really, you're
And not
all
for
here?
you? Yeah, here.
Really, for me, my number one is Canada and the UK,
And
And
then
then
what?
US.
And then US.
then US,
No way.
and then India,
mad.
and then like all the other little yeah.
Damn, so you've got a big following then from the UK.
Yeah, so it's like UK, Canada, US, and then India, and then the little knickknacks here and there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Big up the UK. Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruv.
Jeez.
In
Yes,
it.
bruh. In it.
She's picked up some of the slang.
I did the
Yeah, you're picking it up.
proper nice. I got
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
By the end of the month, I'm gonna be horrible. I'm gonna be talking like this.
You're gonna be like, bloody hell.
Bloody hell! I gotta go to the toilet.
That's good. I like that, man.
Yeah, no, but it's because you guys talk so proper, so I want to talk like you guys. But it's funny because you guys like how we talk.
Yeah.
We like how you guys talk. Like you can be cussing me out with your accent. I'd be like, oh my god, that's so nice.
You know one thing that fucks all the Americans and Canadians up? How we say hello or whatever. We say, you're all right or you're good.
Yes, and
you
I'm
guys
like, I'm
"What?"
fine.
You're like,
Yeah.
what? You trying to call me out or something?
Yeah, no.
You say that in a bad way. You're like, hey, you good, bro?
Yeah, are you
Yeah.
all right? Like,
You all
everything
right?
okay?
Yeah.
But no, I figured it out now. Now I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I figured it out. I'm all right. How are you? You all right? Yes, I figured, because I used to be like that when I used to talk to people and they message me, you all right? And I'm like, did I post something?
What have I done now?
Yeah, I was just ranting. I wasn't really mad, you know? But no, I figured it out. I'd be out there.
Well, I want to ask Joty whilst we get started. So, Joty, what does Joty stand for?
So my real name, which no one's ever called me in my life, is Diljot, right?
Oh.
Diljot.
Yeah.
What did we say?
Harjot.
Yeah, it's Diljot. Well, my dad
both
used to call me
lost that
Dile, but so Joty my whole life. I've been called Joty, and then Kaur is my last name, but my like real surname is Joanda. But they didn't put that on my birth certificate. They only put it on my brother's. So it's just been like Diljot Kaur my whole life.
So Joanda.
Is my certain last name.
Oh, Joanda.
Yeah.
Where's K? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We thought it might stand for your surname.
No, so how that happened was like when Instagram first came out, my Instagram name was just Joty and then the initial K. And then like, you know how people were calling you by your Instagram name?
Oh, yeah.
So this girl, I guess, was talking shit about me. This is in like high school, right? And somebody was telling me, they're like, yeah, this girl was like, oh, that Joty Kay girl. And I was like, I totally ignored what she was saying about me. And I'm like, Joty Kay. I love that.
Yeah.
So I went to my Instagram and I changed it to Kay. And I'm just going to say I started that. I see all these young girls. Good for you. But I got that. I know you guys got that from me, but it's fine. But yeah, but it was like, some girl was talking to me. She was calling me the Joty Kay girl. And I liked how that sounded.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
How mad is that you got your name from a hater?
Yeah, hater. Yeah. I was like, thanks, girl. Shout out to her.
Haters have been paying your bills for...
Oh, forever, for decades. Funny when I have to put like my real name on something and somebody's like, your name's not Joty Kay. I'm like, no, it's Diljot Kaur.
Diljot's a really nice name, actually.
It is a nice name. It's just being born in America, like there's not a lot of culture. So the teachers would butcher my name.
Oh,
like,
I can imagine.
Butcher it.
Diljot.
Yeah, Diljot or something. So I would, yeah, it was so bad. And then I would have to like stop the teacher before class and be like, you know the name you can't pronounce? It's Joty.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, Joty.
Jody, yeah.
Jody, it's fine, Jody.
Yeah.
So like a lot of like Gore Mexique, they call me Jody.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
no
way.
D in my name, but whatever.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, so.
Joanda. What band is Joanda? Because I've got a relative. who's
Oh,
got
really?
a band.
So our friend is Jakipal, but it's from Sangrur. So
okay.
Jela Sangrur, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that's the same. I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, but it's not very common. So we
Joanda's-
might be cousins.
Yeah,
Probably not.
Joanda's a very rare surname. There's like one single.
I've never ever met a Joanda. What is it? How do you say it?
Joanda.
Joanda, yeah.
Yeah, I've never ever met.
Yeah,
Joanda.
we finally have one singer. I was super
Yeah,
excited.
Rajvi.
I was like, yes! Yes! Yeah.
Got one singer.
One singer. Because even when I would tell people growing up, nobody knew.
Yeah, it's such a
And then they
rare
start-
surname, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they
Sick,
start
though.
asking you questions like, is it a Jart last name? Is it this? I'm like, yeah, like, you know, but I mean, it is, but not that. I mean, I don't care about that stuff. But my mom's a Sidhu.
Jad Life, baby.
Oh, she's Sidhu.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's the most common surname. isn't it?
Yeah, so that is someone that people like, but my mom is a Sidhu.
Yeah,
Like, oh, yeah.
we know
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sidhu. Sidhu.
Yeah, so Sidhu's very common.
We were before we got here. Me and Dee were saying, we were like, when was the first time you remember coming across Joty Kay? And I said, I think it was. I used to see because I think I've been following you for years.
Oh, wow.
Because you've been doing stuff for a long time, really, haven't you?
Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, so remember when Vine was a thing? I remember
That's
since
where I
Vine.
found you.
Yeah.
Vine tab.
I had
yeah.
Really?
I had a lot of followers on Vine when I didn't even.
Well done.
But you know how social media was new back then. So I had a semester off from like college, and I've always been told I'm funny. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. I was off. I had a lot of free time, and I had the whole house to myself. My parents were never there, and then
How come?
they were working. Like so,
Oh,
they were working.
okay.
So I had semester off. So the normal jobs are like 9 to 5 back home. So
Same as here.
yeah. So then I would just be home by myself in this big house. So I would just the videos were like what 3 seconds or 4 seconds on Vine. So I would imitate like my mom or like
Yeah.
I
imitate
remember
Punjabi
you.
culture and stuff like that. Just for fun. Like I didn't know you could get anything from it. That social media was very new, right?
Yeah.
So then like I had gotten like 1 million views one time. I remember the video which specifically got me popular was like when you listen to an English song compared to when you listen to a Punjabi song. So the English song I'm just like this, and the Punjabi song I'm like right?
yeah.
And it just went viral, and I was like, and that was a new concept for me, and I would get recognized places, and it was weird for me.
No way.
Yeah, I would go somewhere and be like, oh my god, Joty Kay. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you
That
know,
was from Vine, was it?
from Vine, yeah.
And how old was you around then? Do you know? Do you remember?
Maybe like it's college days. But then I'm thinking like, this hasn't been 10 years. Like 5?
No,
6,
because
7?
Vine. Yeah, it's got to be.
Whenever Vine was, I don't even know how long
Oh,
that's
Vine.
been.
Vine
Mine's
was
got
like,
to be about 10 years.
Yeah, it's got to be.
You think so?
No. Yeah, it's got to be like 8, 9 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Holy shit, really?
I know,
Damn. I'm not
yeah.
that old, but
Now you feel
maybe
it.
my timeline's a little messed up, but no. So then Vine, and then I just went back to school, like minding my business, and then people started approaching me with like things like, I didn't live in LA at that time, but if I would have lived in LA at that time, I would have been like, boom, really big. I feel like.
Where did you live then?
So I lived in so it's closer to the Bay Area, which is Northern California. I lived in like the middle, like a Central Valley, middle of fucking nowhere. Like they see people like imagine like a little bit of South Hall, like, you know, like a little bit. So I was always very like different because I was born in New York. So I was Punjabi on the inside, but the outside I was very Americanized. So I had like a lot of struggle like being there. So I felt like Vine was like my way of like, I don't know, expressing myself in a sense. So yeah, so from there I would get like these random like, can you post with our product and shit like that? And it was new, very new to me. But I've always been very on and off about it. But I've always stuck to like my individuality of like just not giving a fuck type. Because that's when I really got introduced to online hate. Like when people would be like, because the frame would be like this much, right? And I was a little thicker back then, so there's no way to hide my breast, right? So people would be like, she's just trying to show off her boobs. I'm like, what? Like, it's the frame.
They're
like,
just there. Like, what do you want me to do?
They're there and I just exist. Like, you know what I mean? So then I just started like realizing hate that way, and then like jealousy, and it used to really bug me.
And did you get it pretty much straight away then?
Straight away,
Really?
yeah. It was
Hell.
crazy. And then like, that's when I started like talking back and like all those kind of things. And like, I guess that's where Joty Kay got started.
What you're kind of known for now, like.
That's what people really know me for, is like clap back or unapologetic and stuff like that.
What do you think made you like that way? Just to be like so sassy and not give a shit and just say it how it is?
Because I used to be like, I'm still nice, but like I used to be too nice, like very, very nice, very trusting. And I had like one of my first Punjabi like girlfriends, and she really fucked me over. And
Really?
Yeah, like, and I was like very innocent back then. Like I was a virgin. I was like so excited to make Indian friends because I had came from like a very white area. So I was happy when I was in an Indian area. Like
connect with somebody and you think, oh my God, another brown girl.
Yeah, and I never experienced like when people just blatantly lie about you, right? Like what she said was like a blatant lie, right?
What kind of things would she say?
So she would get jealous. I was cuter than her. But like I was young, but I didn't realize like I was really cute, you know, and she was a little older, and like she would realize like guys would like me and stuff, but like I didn't care about that stuff, but she did. So she would like, so this one time, this guy that she was talking to, he hit me up and he was like, hey, Joty, like, you're a really nice girl. I just want you to know that she's talking shit about you. And I didn't believe it because like, that's my sister. Yeah. My sister would never. And then she had like told him something that was like a very big secret for me. And I was devastated, but I didn't want to do anything about it. I was just kind of slowly like trying to get away from her. And when she figured that out, everybody she used to talk shit about to me, because I didn't even know these people, she went to them and like, Joty's talking shit about you. So all the stuff that she said she told them, and then when people would ask her, why aren't we friends anymore, she had her cousin say that I slept with her cousin. I was a fucking virgin, and that's why we don't talk.
No way.
Yeah.
Some people are fucked.
Yeah, and then she would have people call my house phone when we had a house phone and be like, how much does your daughter charge? And shit like that.
No way.
She put flyers of me around school. So there was a picture of me like freaking her dancing. She like blurred herself out so it looks like me like bending over, and she put it all around school.
What the?
Yeah.
I swear, that kind of stuff only happens in America.
Oh, yeah.
In the UK, this would not happen.
So like that's where I really like developed like anger. And I like, there was this girl that she had done this to be previously, right? And then this girl was like, hey, like, I believe you. I know that she's like this. She's like, so we had an honors room, right? This is where like fucking I became crazy. Then we had an honors room, and all the disties had like a number to this honors room to, you know, study after hours. So she was there, study. So there she was there with her boyfriend at the time. So I had my little brother sit in the car, and me and this girl went to go confront her, and I don't know what the fuck got into me. I beat her ass ass in front of her boyfriend.
What?
No way.
Beat
up.
physical.
Yeah, physically, like.
Oh wait.
Yeah,
Fight. Jerry,
I had like
Was he
so
pulling
much.
the hair and shit?
So she was pulling my hair. So I remember her pulling my hair, and I got more pissed, and I just started punching her.
Fuck.
Like, I don't even know what went over me, you guys, right? And then the boyfriend like literally watched her getting her ass beat. It was just such a great feeling.
He probably thinks,
I
fuck,
bet-
she
Yeah,
deserves
he's
it.
like,
I can just see this story. You know,
Yeah.
like, I can see this happening.
Yeah, and then we ran out of the building.
I fully believe you.
My literal brother's like in the car, like super young, doesn't know how to drive.
Drive.
He's all trying to drive away. It was so funny. And then like the next day, she, of course, after she makes all this drama, she calls the police. But for some reason, I had no marks on my hand, thank God. So she couldn't prove anything, right? So, but
Didn't
my
her
big
boyfriend
mouth.
say anything? Like,
Yeah, he tried to, but my big mouth ass on Facebook tweeted, it fucking did a status about it. I was like, talk shit, get hit, or something like that.
chat shit, get banged.
Yeah, so she printed it out, and then she got a restraining order against me, which whatever. But after that, like everybody was like scared of me. Like they thought like you know what I mean?
Psycho bitch,
So
yeah.
then I just really played into that like character, like where I was like, if this is the way bitches are not gonna fuck with me, this is what I'm gonna be like. So then I just started like, I would just fight anybody.
Right.
When I knew, I would just
right,
like, I would be such a firecracker. Like now I don't because like I have a lot to lose, but you couldn't fuck with me. Like but it was because she did that to me. She like, cause to me I was so nice, such a good friend that like, and then after that, like some other girls like, they would really like I told one of these girls about like something very personal with the guy. Like Punjabi girls really fuck with me, you know what I mean? And I just kind of like, then I started being like, you know what? I'm not going to tell people things unless I don't care about everybody knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's when I just started being very open. And then also like my dad was going through addiction. So people were talking shit about me. So I really got to see the very ugly side of our community, which turned me into like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care about these people, you know, like I don't fuck you and you and you. Like, and then it's just who I became.
No way.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like everything just like piling up to a point where like I just like didn't care anymore. You know what I mean? I'm like, these people are so quick to turn on me. Like, fuck them. So
You know what? That's such a horrible feeling, though, to feel like just see the ugliness in people and just feel that everyone's so ready to attack you. That you just are like, you know what? Like,
And
F you all.
That's what happens.
you
Though,
all.
adversity tends to do that to you. Like you end up putting up walls and
You
making yourself
do.
more stronger.
Exactly.
To protect your inner self, which is a bit softer usually.
100%. And then like, I'm not perfect. Like I've made mistakes. I'm probably like, I might have talked shit about something. I might have done anything, but I learned from my shit, right? And I'm a very forgiving person, but I've noticed in these communities and people, they think you're the same person like from 5-10 years ago, or they're like, one time this girl did this, and they'll just pin that on you for years, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so stupid because
You should be changing.
Yeah,
constantly.
I'm not even the same person I might have been last year, or like,
Yeah.
or anybody.
But you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be. If you still
Yeah.
are in 5 years' time, then you're not progressing.
Exactly.
If you're the same person.
Because I'll read some comments sometimes and they'll be like, oh, blah, blah, blah did this, or so-and-so did this. Who gives a fuck what they did in the past? It's just people need something to bring you down always. But anyways, long story short, yeah. So Joty
Long
Kay
story
came-
short, you beat the shit out of
I beat
people.
the shit-
And this is why
I just-
Serena and DB are now head of the boxing division
boxing division.
and we're
So
going to do
we're gonna
fights.
do the celebrity death match.
You know the
Okay.
Logan Paul fights and like the Jake Paul
We're gonna get
fights.
Joty on
In
there.
case and KSI is it? We're going to do the same for Joty Kay versus any Punjabi bitch that wants it.
Yeah,
Who
anybody that
wants
wants
it?
to fight, who wants it?
Which bitch wants it? Let's go.
Is your mom quite like a tough character? Because I know a lot of girls would always like follow like what their mom or like big influential people around though.
You know what?
Punjabi
Now
women
that-
are though, I think.
Now that I've gotten to know
Quite
her.
Relaxy people aren't. Punjabi women are.
No, and now that I've gotten to know her, I think she was a little firecracker. We didn't get along growing up.
Really?
Yeah, no, I was always daddy's girl, always like, she was very tough on me, like not very like loving, loving, but like tough love, or like always very critical of me. So I always thought she like hated me, you know?
No.
My dad was more like my dad, I think, always wished I was a boy. So I was a very big tomboy.
So he like made you more like a tomboy.
Yeah, like
that's
a
same as
tomboy.
my mum.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
mum grew up and like when she was like a kid. I didn't know this until I went to India and I went to the Bend.
Yeah.
And there's all the people like all my mum and stuff. in the band will be like, your mum used to come up to us and say, Daddy Pan, I did this, and all this kind of stuff. I'm Pan, and they used to like wind her up, and like they used to make her do it.
I'm
like,
fucking dead.
And then like up until like the age of 8 or 9, like she used to tie a gutti.
Oh,
Did
mum.
you? I didn't know your mum did that.
Yeah, yeah, and then like people, like, because my nana would be like, hey, like, I'm gonna treat him like he's not a good, like, I don't know, fucking genderless or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I
like
dress
as a
like
boy.
a boy's till like I have pictures where I'm like, really, Dad, that's kind of fucked up. Like I look like a straight munda right here. like that's kind of would have confused me back then, you know. But no, I think my mom was like a firecracker. I think she's seen a lot of like duk and stuff because she came from a great family, very spoiled and everything. And then she comes to America and she has to work hard. And then my dad's an alcoholic, unfortunately, and she has to deal with stuff. So I think she used to take it out on me. Mm-hmm. And my dad was more like the loving person. But then when he got into alcohol and stuff, I kind of was like alone in a sense. So
At what age was you when your dad started going like into
Dad's always drank, but we never thought it was like anything bad until maybe like, I left my home like 6 years ago. So maybe like 8 years ago, I started noticing changes with him.
That's not that long ago.
Yeah.
right.
No, I started noticing a lot of changes. Like he started acting, when your best friend starts changing on you, you notice.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. He just started being really weird, not going to work and like just, I don't know, I could just sense something's up. And my mom was always working, so she didn't really notice. My brother was young, so he was out with his friends all the time. I was home with them one-on-one. So we became like enemies because I was like, I know what you're doing. Like
how did you find out? Do you remember?
So my dad, he started doing more than just drinking, right? And I knew it. So I went through my dad used to leave his clothes in the laundry room. So I decided to go through his clothes and I
She
found
knew something was up.
and I found like a crack pipe in there.
No way.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I like cried and I screamed and then he was just like,
I bet
it's
your
not,
heart just sunk.
It was
Yeah.
so bad. And he's like, it's my friends. I'm like, why would you have your friends? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So then I started looking, because we're not taught about these things. So I started looking up shit about like how these people act when they're on it. Everything was him. Everything that I learned about it, right? And then he just, I would follow him. Like, it was like I dedicated like that portion of my life to try to like fix him.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like losing myself, And then nobody would like, and then like I had like girls talking shit about me. Like people would say stuff like, oh, her dad is probably doing this because she's a whore. What is that even, like, what is the correlation of that? You know what I mean? Because they're taking the rumors intact for like what's going on. But instead of being like, hey, your dad, does your family need help? Are you okay? Like nobody
People just
did
like
that.
to shit on people though.
Yeah.
But it's usually because they've got shit going on in their own self and they just don't want to,
No, they
They
don't.
don't want to see you doing anything. They just want to bring you down.
Bring you down, yeah. So then like I had to, like, another part of the community, the ugly part. So like so one day like I literally like cried to my dad, like on my knees and everything, and I was like, tell me one time you need help. Just one fucking time. I would drop school, I would drop everything. I won't even tell anybody. Just tell me. And he was crying, I was crying, and like he didn't admit it, but you could tell from the tears, right? And he was just like, okay, tomorrow morning, whatever you want to take me, we'll go. And I was so happy. I was like, okay, he's finally going to get help. I went downstairs. He was gone. He didn't even wait for me to get up. Who knows where he was? He was gone for like days. And I had to make that decision that day that I'm going to leave the house because I was like losing myself,
And how many years into like finding out about your dad did you make that decision to say, I can't do this anymore?
It was like 6 years ago. Yeah. So before that, I was finding out. And 6 years ago, I was just like, one of my friends, she was an Indian. She was like Middle Eastern. She told me, she's like, you need to save yourself, And I felt very selfish doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would have lost it. And my mom was going through depression too. And I would have lost my mom too if I didn't leave. Because I left, then she left, then my brother left. So I was the first person to leave. And my mom was like going through depression and all that. And, till this day, like I feel bad that I left because, obviously he's passed away. But I could have also lost my mother around that time. I could have lost myself. It's just a lot, you know what I mean? So it's like, to me, if I can go through something like that in my life, all these shit talking comments ain't shit to me. Like, you don't even know what I've been through.
Yeah.
You think talking shit about me, calling me a whore is anything? Like, you haven't even seen what I've seen, And then like, I just started being true to that and sharing that, and I didn't even know how many people go through the same thing. Yeah. It's crazy.
No, it's
insane.
So prevalent in our community, isn't it?
Yeah, and you think you're alone when you're going through it because you don't talk about it with anybody. Nobody talks about it with you. Like, I thought I was alone.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
You think that no one... you think that, like, you're getting it, why are you getting it?
I had suicidal thoughts. I used to be like, why am I here? Like, why is God punishing me? I used to think that all the time. I was like, my friends are talking shit about me. My best friend, my dad is on this. Like, I was just like, I hated my life. Like, it was the most darkest time of my life, like, ever. And like, I rose above it, obviously, you know what I mean? And I'm here today, and I rekindled with my dad about a year ago, and then he passed away. So
I can literally guarantee that most people listening to this who come from a Punjabi background have had to deal with some kind of like addiction in their
100%.
family.
Yeah.
Because it is shoved under the rug because they're like, oh, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to address it. Oh, koi gal nahi karla pinda hai, it's fine. Like, no, that's bad. Like, drinking, I feel like, is a gateway to so much else. Like, you know what I mean? Because sometimes your body drinking like doesn't affect you anymore. So then you go to other shit, you know? So it really ruined my family, you know?
What do you think was the triggers?
I don't know. So my parents used to fight a lot. So my dad was like a kabaddi player. Like, he was the man back in the day, right?
Okay.
And I think like he didn't accomplish what a lot of other people did after playing kabaddi. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like, and my mom would remind him of that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I would hear the arguments. All the time.
I can see that.
Yeah, like talking shit. Like, look at so and so. Una kole aha, una ne business palya. Tu kuch nahi kita. Like, I would hear shit like that all the time in my house. And as a man, I'm sure that's very degrading. Yeah.
And then plus, you start feeling like a failure, innit? You can't have
so I think
your lady, the person, you know.
Because when he was on like drinking and stuff, he used to like try to talk about it, like, everybody knows me, la la la. But I think that was for him.
He has to do that. Yeah. Do that for himself, innit?
Because when I was younger, I didn't understand it, but now I think about it, and it makes me sad because I wish I could have been like, it's okay, Dad, like, you are the shit or whatever. And then we didn't talk about it either, like, you know.
But the thing is, there's not much you can say or do when someone feels a certain way. They feel that way, innit?
Yeah.
And it is what it is. And same with addiction. You can say, oh, I wish I could have helped him, I wish I could have done this. But if that person is not going to help themselves,
I know.
You can't beat yourself up about it. You know what I mean?
It's hard to come to terms with that because even till this day, like, because I live by myself. I love my mom to death, but I don't think I can live with her. But I was just, sometimes I'm like, why didn't I just bring him with me? You know? I think about that sometimes. And then everybody always tells me, like, you know, what if he started doing that while you were there? It would have, you know, broke your heart even more. But it's always the what ifs that are going to kill you, right, at the end of the day. So, but I honestly, because I try to think about why my dad, and I think that's a lot of it. Like, I think, I love my mom, but I think she really demasculined, you know, like masculinated him, right? He felt like a failure, and I think he drank and did stuff to forget about that kind of stuff. And then he became addicted because some people have an addictive personality. Like, I don't have an addictive personality. Like, I can like do something today and never do it again, you know? I think he had an addictive personality, and it's unfortunate, and I wish he could have talked to me about it, but obviously I'm his daughter, and he didn't want to probably put that on me. So I think that's what it had to do with. And then in the end, I think when he wanted help, it was just too late. You know, it's unfortunate. Because he did want to change. He 100% wanted to change, man. I knew he did.
Yeah, no one wants it for themselves, and they don't want to admit it at the start. But once they get to a certain point, they do realize that this is a problem. They want to fix it within themselves. But they're doing it to almost as a form of hating themselves, because they're like, they're doing it to escape themselves almost, you know what I mean?
Dude, my dad made me cry one day. He was just like, he kind of cried for help one time. He was just like, I don't even like looking at myself in the mirror. He's like, I look at my body and I'm like, what did I do? And then that made me really sad, and I was like, Dad, it's okay, you'll get back to it. And then he kind of just shook it off like, yeah, I'll be fine. But it was just like, I knew he knew, like, he fucked up, you know what I mean? And it's just sad because, you know, not everybody gets a chance to fix everything, you know what I mean? But that's the thing. Like, I try my best to like share stuff like that, so maybe somebody else can help someone, or not neglect somebody, because you don't know what the other person's going through. Like, they look like an alcoholic, they're sitting there by themselves, but you don't really know what they're going through. You know what I mean? Like, I used to like be so mad at my dad. And then I decided to reach out to him. I don't know what. It was some daughter magic something. I knew something was up with him, right?
Did you just message him? Like, what happened?
So we used to talk all the time, because I always had it in the back of my head if something's going to happen to him. I always knew something was going to happen to him, just the way he was living, you know? And I always talked to him. I always FaceTimed him. But whenever I was going to go see him, something always stopped me. I don't know what it was. Like, I would lose interest, or I would choose partying.
Maybe you didn't want to face it.
I think it was that. I don't want to face it. I would be like, yeah, I'm coming. And then I just wouldn't go. Then, like, the year before he passed, my dad wishes me happy birthday no matter what. Like, 12 o'clock, maybe 12:05, always wishes me happy birthday. But that year, he didn't call me or anything, and I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, hey, you okay? He sends me like a picture of him in a hospital bed. And I was like, what? And then I call him, and then he's like, oh, nothing, kiddo. I thought I was going to be gone today. Ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, that's not ha, ha, ha. Like, what the fuck? And my mom has like a lot of anger against him. So she's like, he's fine. Nothing's going to happen to him. I asked already. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But like, for something inside me was like, you need to go see your dad. It was really weird. Like, I was just like, I'm going to book a ticket to go see my dad. And then like 3 weeks after that, I booked a ticket, and I went there and I saw him, and I felt like the most piece of shit child in the world. He was like this skinny. He was like shaking. It was so bad. And I was just like, what a fucking shitty kid I am. Like, how did I let this happen? Even though it was like that before. But on the phone, you can't really tell what somebody's like, right?
Of course, yeah.
He was driving, and he was like shaky. And then I had got a hotel room with us for 2 beds, you know? And then I was like, let's go to dinner, Dad. He could barely eat. Yeah, and I was just like, I'm taking you to the hospital. He's like, no, we're going to go sightseeing. I'm like, fuck sightseeing. Where I don't give a fuck about sightseeing. We're in Seattle. There ain't shit to see here. And then the next day I was like, who's your doctor? This and that. I got all the information. And I took him to, like, our appointment was at a certain time. I'm like, let's go to Starbucks, Dad. Have you ever been to Starbucks? And he's like, I've never been to Starbucks. And I took him to get the chai latte, and he loved it. He was like, oh my God, it's a job as well. Like, fuck yeah. He had a chai latte. He had a croissant. And then little did I know that would have been like he wasn't going to eat after that for a week. So I took him to the doctor. Like, you know something's wrong, but you don't think too much, right? So the doctor's like, you need to take your dad to the emergency room. Oh, and I was like, what do you mean? She's like, your dad has blood in his rectum. That's not good. And I was like, oh shit, okay. And the emergency room was down the street. And there's always people in the emergency room, you guys. There was one person in front of us. One, which is unheard of. So we're just waiting. I'm laughing with my dad, whatever. Still not thinking too much. Take him in. They have like all the tests and everything. And then they take me outside, and they're like, you saved your dad's life today. Your dad's dying. Oh, I like broke into tears. I fell to the floor. Like, we're going to admit your dad. And like, I call my mom, I'm crying, and she's not understanding because she's so angry at him. She's like, he's fine, nothing's going to happen to him. I'm like, he's dying, you know? So I was like crying and everything. He needed a blood transfusion because he was losing so much blood. Wow. So if I didn't come that day, who knows, right? So he needed a blood transfusion. His liver was failing. He had jaundice. His eyes were yellow. Like, everything you can imagine was wrong with him. And I basically gave him life that week. And then I got really angry at him. So like the day that like we were supposed to, he was supposed to discharge, I set everything up for him and I went back to LA. I was like angry at myself, at him. I just left, right? And he called me and he was like, why did you leave? You know? And I was like, sorry, Dad, I had work. Like, I don't know if it was like a coping mechanism or something. Like, I just left. And then I like started making his appointments for him. I started seeing him every month and everything. It was like I gave him life again, you know? he was getting better. He wasn't drinking. He was doing good.
And he probably felt so lonely as well.
So lonely.
Yeah.
So I had bought him a bed, right? Which is like nothing. He was staying with his nephew, right? So something happened to his bed or something. He's like, yeah, I'm looking for a bed. I'm like, oh, let me buy you your bed, Dad. No problem. And he's like, it was like he was shocked that I was going to buy him a bed, right? And he was just like, you're the only one who cares about me. And that made me so sad because I think he really felt that way.
Especially because you two have had this bond.
Yeah.
Like growing up, it was always you two
Us
together.
two, yeah.
Then because of what he'd done, it pushed you away. Then you had nobody. Everyone left.
Because everybody has their own families. You know, even if he's staying with his nephew, they love him, but that's not their dad.
Of course.
So then, you know, he would say stuff like that and it would make me really sad. So I would go see him. I would take him places, and then he basically in December, so my dad passed in March. So he wrote my mom like this big essay. And I think it was like his last time kind of like trying or pleading, just basically apologizing for everything he's ever done, saying he wants his family back, saying that I saved his life. It was a really nice message that he wrote, right? And my mom, I know she has her pain, you know? So she wrote back and she was just like, okay, I'll think about it, right? I think he really poured his life into that message. And I think he didn't get what he wanted from it. And then he hadn't seen my brother for also 5-6 years. So in January, so after that, I like told my brother, I was like, if you don't go fucking see dad, I'll kill you. Like, yeah. I was like, we're gonna go. So I like forced him to go see my dad. And little did we know in January that he was gonna die in March. So he started drinking again in February. Well, he might have started drinking again in January for all we know. But he seemed fine when I hung out with him. And February 25th was his birthday, which was the last time I talked to him. And he was fucked up. And I got really upset. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you finally getting your family back. Like, what are you doing, Dad? And he was like, I'm not drinking. I'm fine. I'm like, you're clearly faded. And we got in a fight. And then I hung up. And then I just texted him. I was like, happy birthday, Dad. Like, just please be safe. And he said, I love you more than anything in the world. And then I didn't talk to him because I was so mad. And then he died. Yeah. But like, it's like, I was so angry. But then when your mind clears, it's like, it was so, like, I have a hard time believing in God, but like, I literally gave him life for that time. I introduced him to his son. I showed him that he was loved. I did the best that I could, but some people don't even get that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But obviously, I always wish I could have done more and all that kind of stuff. But
I think everyone always does.
Yeah.
When you go through that situation, like I can definitely talk.
You get survivor's guilt, don't you?
I still do till this day. Like till this day, I'm like, why did I live by myself? Why didn't I just have him stay with me? Like, what the fuck, you know? So it's just like now, like
but we're only human, man. There's only so much you can do. Like you have to also protect yourself as well, innit? You have your own emotions,
your own life, everything,
and plus. Some things will hold you back, and if you was in that environment, you might not be where you are or having the opportunities that you're going, you know, for your life. So there is a plan. There's a plan for everyone, and plus, adversity creates. There's always opportunity in adversity. So when bad things happen to you, like now you talk about it.
100%.
If you didn't talk, if it didn't happen to you, you wouldn't have a voice.
No, and I wouldn't have even appreciated who he was before that.
Yeah.
So like after like he passed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I didn't know, like I knew my dad was a great kabaddi player, but I didn't know the details. So like the hardest thing a daughter ever has to do is write an obituary. So like how do you summarize your father's life in a fucking paper? Like, you know what I mean? So my dad had an interview. This is so crazy though. It's like this guy interviewed my dad 2 years before he died, which is crazy. God bless him. My dad, I know everything about my dad thanks to that interview. Wow. Everything. Really? And I was listening to it and I didn't even know my dad like accomplished so many things. And like, it made me more sad because I wish I told him how much I'm proud of him. So I learned so much about him and I was able to write this beautiful obituary. No, the hardest thing to do was writing a speech for your dad's funeral. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And a lot of people can't do it, but I felt like I had to do it. You know what I mean? And I had said my goodbye to him. And I just like, what I stress with people is like, even like you get mad at your parents, like you don't know what the fuck they're going through. You know, you should always talk to them because you don't want to, if I didn't talk to my dad or go see him, he would have just died. You know what I mean? So, like, I know everyone has a different situation, but like, nobody knows what people are going through.
Yeah.
You know, nobody
100%.
knows. Who knows what he was really drinking about and all those kind of things. So whoever's listening, like, if you're mad at your parents or whoever you're mad at, like, it's not worth it all the time, you know, unless they like obviously like abuse, like, you know, sexual abuse. That's something where you draw the line. But I just feel like you really don't know what your parents have gone through, because we're going through so much shit.
Yeah,
right?
of course, man.
Yeah.
We always think of our parents as heroes, don't we? So we don't ever think, oh,
Yeah.
they've had a life before us, or
And when they're not your hero, you're pissed.
Or even then,
true.
they have a life before you was even born, and then they have a life obviously while you're born. You don't
Well,
even,
you are their life.
Yeah, but you don't know, as in
Yeah.
what they're doing day to day. They go out to work and do the things. We're just going to school and shit. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know what's going on between like families, husbands, wives, brothers, sisters, and work
Exactly.
shit.
You know what's crazy? I was like thinking about this. Do you know that majority of your life, your parents have been parents?
Yeah.
Because like they were basically whoever they were till they were like about 25, 26. But look how old we are.
Yeah.
So they've been parents their whole life, basically.
Yeah.
But we forget that they had that bit of a life before us. Who
Yeah.
knows what happened in that life?
Yeah.
You know, they basically dedicated everything to us. And we don't realize that until you get older, right?
Of course.
Because it's like, you know, you don't realize that. And now, like, even with my mom, I have such a better relationship with her now because I talk to her about shit. Like, I ask her, I'm like, what are the things, like, I didn't even know how much he hurt her. To me, I was pissed. I'm like, how are you so mean to my dad? He was fucked up to my mom. Very fucked up, right? I didn't know that. With me, he was my, you know, whatever relationship I had. So I couldn't even be mad at her for not wanting to be with him again, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just all about talking. And now my mom tells me about her childhood, like her one boyfriend she had, like, you know, things like that.
Ooh.
And yeah.
Auntie's going on like that.
Yeah.
Dependent.
Well, their boyfriends were like looking across the room and smiling at each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that was how their boyfriends were.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
it's just like it's so nice to like learn about your parents, like when you know really give them a chance. So
And whilst they're here, and you don't take it for granted.
yeah, exactly. So I like, even though my mom drives me crazy, like I just ignore it now.
Yeah.
Before I used to fight her all the time. Now I'm like, lady, I'll call you back. Like, if you're on one right now. Like, you know, before it was like, why do you hate me so much? Like,
Yeah,
now
it's all about, you think it's all about you because you're the kid and you think everyone should run around you.
Everything's about you. The world revolves around you, right? But we don't know what the hell they're going through, you know? So, but yeah, that's my life in a nutshell, I guess. But
I think that's a really important story you shared because I know so many people have gone through it. And I know when Dee's talking, he's literally had the same experience as you.
yeah,
So
I tried to hold my tears. I did really well, actually.
You
Yeah, you did well.
I was about to let go, and I was like, I can't because Joty's holding it in. So if I don't hold it in,
I
then
usually
it's gonna
cry, but I
You're doing well.
it was hard, but it's a lot, man. It really shapes who you are, you know? It really does. And it's like, honestly, if you can go through shit like that, you can go through anything, honestly. Like, with people that, like, who gives a fuck what people have to say? Like, you have so much shit that you go on with in everyday life, even if it's not as extreme as mine. Like, who cares about these people's opinions, you know? Like, fuck them. You have your own shit going on.
Yeah. Just do you, man.
Just
be
do
happy.
you. All you can do. No, but not what I've realized, everybody's not going to like you, right?
Yeah.
And that's just, it is what it is. You have to focus on the people that do like you. And I think I had to learn to not focus on the negativity. Although I benefit very well off of it, if you just, like the messages where people are like, oh my God, you're so inspiring. If you keep reading that over, you fucking whore, that's what's going to keep you going, right? If you keep falling into this negative pattern, like you're not going to accomplish anything, honestly.
Well, Gary Vee says, if you don't like wait for people to applaud you, how does he say it? He says if you don't wait for people to applaud you and you don't care about the applaud, then you won't even care about when people say the bad things about you at the same time.
Exactly.
Just don't care, good or bad.
At all.
Like,
don't
yeah.
care.
Just
Honestly.
don't care. Just do your thing. And if people do say good, it's good.
Exactly.
If people do say bad, it's bad. But you don't give a fuck. You see Karen doing it anyway. You know what I mean?
100%. And that's where I'm at. Like, I've just been true to myself. Like, sometimes I'll be watching stuff like, should I be doing these fucking TikTok dances? Like, because like some girls that I've started a long time ago, but they have way more followers than me because they do all this fucking whatever the hell they do, right? And then like makeup artistry. Like, I can do makeup great on myself.
Your makeup is flawless.
Thank you. But I'm not but I'm not the type to like go online and do that.
Do tutorials.
Yeah, it's just not me.
Yeah.
So then all I do is try to be true to myself and like.
Which is just do fucking gala like.
Yeah, and that's legit who I am.
Like, imagine like you're like, oh look at this, like a man that's like looking through your page. Like, oh, look, I might slide in her DMs and then like comes across that video. I'm like, bang.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
That's
she
probably
can
why
give
I'm
me
single.
gala, but worse than my bupple can give me gala. Like,
But you know what's weird? Guys are attracted to that shit. So it's really weird because it's weird. Like to me,
S&M shit, like fucking.
I don't know. I
Talk
think
dirty to me. Give me that fucking gala. 30 pounds.
they're like, yes, talk dirty to me, right? The fact that I can do that, I get more people be like, I am in love with you. And I'm like, what? Are you sure? Like, but it's not like, obviously I don't go around cussing out like my significant other. It's just.
No, that one video though, that fucking.
Which one?
Which one? I'm like, there's so
It
many.
was like some hater. I can't remember what she said. I don't know. All I heard was just gala after gala. Like, 30 pounds.
Oh, 32 dia.
I can't even remember. It was just like I've never seen it like a female online do something like that. What the fuck?
I know.
It broke the internet, didn't it?
It did because like girls don't usually talk like that. But the thing is, I do talk
But
like
it's
that.
cared though. It was like
Yeah, I
But
think
you
that's
was
what's
doing
so
it like someone out of Punjab. Like I was like, how the fuck? Like someone looks like you.
And I don't look like I would talk like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is.
It
Because
was fucking with my head. I was like, whoa, what am I watching? Is this a dub or something? I was like,
somebody asked me if it was a dub
Yeah.
actually once. I think it's like I didn't know the power of me knowing Punjabi. I've always known it. And then I think like one day I was just like, let me just speak in Punjabi. And it was like viral, right? And I'm like, this is what you guys like. This is who I am. Like, don't say less. You know what I mean? I'll do this all day. But but the whole thing about it, like the premise of it is like I've been so true to myself, and I've always wanted to come to the UK, right? Always. But I used to always say like, I'm gonna do it not on my dime.
Yeah.
So I said whatever's gonna be, I'm gonna get an opportunity one day, right?
and it's come through.
And it fucking came, dude. Like all just for me being authentically myself. Shout out Dina Opal, that girl. I owe her everything.
Shout out
Yes,
Dina.
Yes.
Apple, Big Brother days.
Yeah, so I've been following her like for a while because of that, right?
Big Brother.
Yeah, and I've
Yeah.
always supported her, and she really like I think she paid attention to that. So she started seeing my Punjabi videos, and she messaged me one time. She stayed true to her word. She was just like, is that a dub? She told me, she's like, I'm like, no, girl, that's my Punjabi. She's like, that is wild. And I'm like, yeah, that's just how I speak, ha, ha, ha. And she's like, you should try Punjabi movies. And that had never even crossed my mind. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't trust people, Punjabi movies, blah, blah, blah. She's like, no, trust me. Like, you should be in a Punjabi movie. So she asked me for one, like, a year ago, but it didn't work out, which I'm glad it didn't because the movie flopped. But, and it was more of a serious role. But this time, she was really pushing for me. She kept telling me like, hey, this was like a week-long thing. She's like, can you send me an audition tape? I'm like, sure. And I was in New York partying, and the next day I woke up and I made this audition tape and I sent it to her. And then she was just like, okay, there are auditioning girls in the UK because like you guys get a tax write-off, and also it's cheaper to get somebody down the street than fucking the US.
Yeah.
I guess like the girls were okay, but they didn't really like them, and they were like, okay, we like her, but let's see more girls. So like she kept showing them my Punjabi videos. So these Punjabi videos where I'm cussing people out is coming in my favor over here, right? I would never think that. So she's showing my videos to everybody. They're like, yeah. 3 days before I get on a plane, she's like, can you come in 3 days? Can you come? And I'm like, really, this is happening. I promise you guys, I had no hope or nothing because I didn't want to be let down.
Yeah.
I was just like, whatever, I didn't even tell anybody I'm auditioning. And I'm like, yeah, I can come in 3 days. And she's like, okay, pack your stuff, you're coming. And I still didn't believe it. I sent her my passport. I didn't believe it till the ticket was in my hand. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
Sick.
Yeah.
Give me one of these. Can I do it? Can I do it?
Big Brother Joty.
And to make it even better, I didn't know who was in the movie, what was happening. I trusted her. One, she's a woman. Second, I told her, like, I just make sure it's not bullshit. She made sure it wasn't bullshit. She came through, man. But this is all authentically just me being me. Like, I never, like, tried to, like, do any of this, honestly. Like, yeah, do you want stuff like this? Of course. Do you want to be in a Punjabi movie? 100%. Do you want fame, money? Of course. But it was just never, like, my, like, goal, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, people like me, I'm gonna give them what they want.
Yeah.
I have a whole different job on the side. Like I have a bachelor's degree in behavioral therapy, so I'm a behavior therapist which you would never know.
See, how does that work, right? Because
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who have like big followings and stuff, a lot of people look at them and think, oh, they must do this like full time.
Full time, yeah.
I wish.
And then you,
How do you juggle it? How do you juggle between having a 9 to 5?
And is it a 9 to 5 that you have?
So it was, not anymore.
Okay.
So a lot of my job, like I do it after school because it's kids that need extra help, right? So they need help after school. Like it's more for like everyday life survival. You're basically just trying to enhance their life. You know what I mean? So it's after school. So it's good for me because I have the morning time to do all the bullshit that I do. You know what I mean? And then at nighttime, I go help save lives and, you know, I'll be cool with kids. So it's just, I've made my schedule in that way. And it works out.
Have you ever met a kid that was like, oh, you're Joty Kay?
No, because they're not Indian. No. I will never give these kids my social media. They try to add me. They'll be like, teacher, what's your Instagram? I'm like, I don't have anything.
Yeah, it's true. No Indian parents sending their kids to
I haven't had any.
They just send them to the Godora if they fuck up. They're like, yo, you need part in your life. They never give some behavioral therapy.
No, they're not going to pay for no theory. They're going to send you to the Gurdwara school.
They say, part kar liye.
In India page though, right? That's where everything's going to be fixed. India. Yeah, they're not paying for no behavior therapists. No, these are like rich fucking Orange County. Like I get younger. I get low income kids too because I want to help them out too. But no, it's mostly people that pay for the services and stuff. But yeah, so that's my day job. But the thing about it is it's very saturated nowadays, right? So if I'm going to charge $1,000 for something, there's a young girl with 20K that I'll be like, I'll do it for free. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not always consistent work, and it's not promised, right?
So you're self-employed when you do that.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so you can juggle your own hours and what you need.
She's not on about the behavior therapy. She's on about charging $1,000 to do a promoted.
Oh, promotions. Yeah, like the influencer stuff.
Brand deals and stuff.
Yeah, brand deals. Yeah. So like to me, it's not my big focus because I already make money. Is that nice? Sure, it's great. But I've noticed that it's getting very saturated. Like all these kids with millions and millions of followers, they're not all making money like that. Like there's other people. There's so many of them now, right? So
you have to find a way to monetize it, obviously, you know.
But
of
also,
course.
Do you think as well, when you have got that full-time job and you're not solely relying on like using your platform to be able to like, you know, make a living out of it, do you kind of feel like you lose motivation then in a sense to really push that side because you're always kind of like, well, I don't need this. Like I've still got my 9 to 5.
You get comfortable.
50-50. Like sometimes it's easier for me to be authentic because I don't give a fuck if I don't get views on it.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, I still got a job. But then, so if I do fall off, I'm still good. Yeah, so it's a 50-50 thing, right? So it's like I can post for a week and then not post for a week and I'm good, right? So, but it also I feel like it keeps you authentic in a sense where like I'm just doing what I do best, not having to worry about anything. But you are right. When I did fall off for a little bit after my dad thing, I didn't care because I was still working and stuff.
Yeah.
So it just depends how you make it, right? Like I'm blessed enough that I was able to leave my job and come here for a month. But not a lot of people can do that. So shout out to people who put everything into it. But I think nowadays it's very saturated. So you have to have a backup plan. I really think so. Like,
what do you think you're going to do going forwards then? Because obviously you're kind of in this place now, so you like dabbling into like Punjabi movies.
I know, it's crazy.
So what do you think like you want to do long term? Like what is like the vision for you?
OnlyFans.
Oh man, I'd be a fucking millionaire if I was on OnlyFans.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'll be your agent. I'll be your booking agent.
but
10%.
I have this much. I have this much morals left still. Like this, very very slim, but it's still there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I wouldn't.
Some people just post. Like shout outs, I get
Gurney. Yeah, no, go for her.
Some people just post the same shit that they post on Instagram.
Yeah,
or
like
maybe
sexy pictures.
A few ones that they save. And they make peas.
No, good for her. It's the reputation of it though, you know what I mean? So like for me, I just feel like I already have.
But don't you think that's a bit of a mad stigma to have like that?
It's definitely stigmatized.
No, but don't you think it's crazy that like if it's on Instagram, it's cool. Okay, they're cool.
But if it's on OnlyFans,
it's all.
Or if you're in Playboy, but I'm already
you're making
posting.
money from it.
Yeah.
It's fucking bad.
It is. That's I guess like for me in a sense, like I just feel like it's expected of me to do OnlyFans just because I post bikini pictures, and to me it's like I just don't want to give you that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to do so well doing other shit that you don't need OnlyFans.
Because I feel like they're like, why don't you might as well do OnlyFans? It's like, bitch, I don't need to do OnlyFans. Like, you know what I mean? So like to me, it's more of like an ego like thing. Like I'm sure I can make good money on it. These thirsty ass guys, 100%. But it's just, to me, it's more like.
Why did you look at me when you said thirsty ass guys?
I did.
The fuck? I'm not a thirsty ass guy, bitch.
Don't call me bitch.
Hey, don't fighting, guys.
Shit, we're trying to
No, but she looked at me and said thirsty ass guy. She goes, I was like, yo, what the fuck are you getting me for? I ain't no thirsty. Do you think I'm gonna pay $7.99?
You're gonna be my
Wait, hold on. Do you think I'm gonna marry a thirsty ass man? Of
Exactly
course
what
not.
I'm
I was looking at you to see your
the
reaction.
camera doesn't lie.
I'm always still on. Oh my god, we need this content.
Yeah.
But you know,
Anyway.
maybe because you know thirsty guys, that's why she looked at you.
Oh,
Yeah.
must be
Yeah.
See me, I'm too tight to pay only. And what I'm going to pay $7.99 to look at some random.
You don't need to. You have
girl,
this beautiful woman
I'm
right
too
next
tight.
to you.
Exactly.
No, but like, even if we wasn't together, I can't see myself ever going.
But that's why you're not the market I'm going for.
Not me, but obviously. Only
Yes, but
is
there
a thing.
was.
The
It
people
is
that
a
make
thing.
like $30 million a month. Or something.
100, and it's crazy.
It's a real thing.
It's real, and it's good for
crazy.
them. And I would love to make that money, but for me, it's more of like an ego thing for me, where it's like it's expected of me just because I'm so out there like that, and I just won't give you that. I'm not gonna give you that. You know what I mean?
What gave you the confidence to post? Like, as a brown girl, I do feel like we have it within us, like the way we're brought up from our parents and stuff, to be very much like, don't show yourselves like that. You know, always dress like, you know, modestly.
Conservative.
Yeah.
I think it's just that I know that that's what's gonna piss people off. I think
You just want to piss people
yeah,
off.
like I feel like I know what can go viral, right? Because our community is so suppressed. And it's like me wearing bikinis is legit what I do on a regular. Like I live
You're
in
in
fucking
LA,
California,
yeah.
LA. I go to pool parties, everything all the time. It's just like I honestly, I wear crop top. Like, this is legit how I dress. I'm not doing this for the gram. But to me, it's like, okay, whatever. When I started seeing how much it like upsets people, I just do it more. Like, it ruffles feathers. But to me, it's like, what? But to me, it's like, what's the issue? Like, because I don't understand it. Like, I mean, my dad used to know I posted bikini pictures. He wasn't happy about it, right? So I was like, okay, I'll just block you, Dad. That's fine. But I would tell my dad the same thing. I'm like, but Dad, I literally like go to the beach like this. But then his argument was like, but why do you need to post it? I'm like, because I look good. You know, we just go back and forth on it. And to me, it's like, I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I like how I look in it. Why does it bug you? You know what I mean? And I think it's more of an insecurity thing because of what they're thinking about me when they look at it, or the girls are feeling threatened. So it's like, it's more of a they thing. It's not a me thing. It's a you thing. And I think once you figure that out, you don't care. You know what I mean? And I've seen a lot of young girls like posting in bikini pictures now and crop tops. Just saying, like I was one of the few ones who said it. But like, but I love to see it. Like whenever I see
Sorry, Miss Trailblazer. Fucking hell.
I mean, I just call it like I see it. But I just, you know, and I like that. I feel like I'm like,
Thanks for corrupting the generation. I'm joking.
I get that all the time, actually.
Do you
I don't,
actually?
that I corrupt them. I don't think it's corrupting. I think it's getting girls confident, because as a brown girl growing up, we are not confident because we have to hear shit from people all the time. We don't look like the other person. We don't look like these Godian, you know? And then also like, your own people are always talking shit about you all the time, right? So we always have like this we're not confident, you know? And then you have brown guys putting you down and on top of that. So I feel like it's a sense of like, why can't we be sexy? Like, why do we always have to be modest? Like, I can fucking make roti and still wear a bikini. Like, what the fuck? Like, why can't we do it all is what pisses me off. Why does it have to be either this or that? Why can't it be both, right? Like, one of my captions was, I can do both. I think I got it from a Drake song, right? But we can do both. And I think that's what I'm trying to put out there is like, I'm not about to show up to your house in a bikini to go meet your mom, obviously. Like there's rules and shit to that. But it's like, why can't we do both? Why can't we be sexy and modest and cook or not cook? We can do it all.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
From a guy's perspective, from someone from a brown family.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
No, I would love to hear
You're
it.
like, ooh, fight.
No, but I get it. I would love to hear your perspective.
From a guy's perspective, is it, like, as you said earlier about insecurities, that's a big thing of it. Like being a man, you do have insecurities. Could be just fucking out. You know, you're posting loads of bikini pictures. We might hit it off, and we might, you know, I might start thinking about, oh,
you don't want anybody else.
Can we have a relationship with you? But then you're like, oh shit. My boys are gonna go on your page. My boys are gonna be like, oh fucking hell, she's just in bikini pictures all the time. She's just like fucking like, so they'll talk amongst themselves.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
So now my boys are gonna be saying, oh, he's with a hoe or whatever, and then I'm gonna go to my family, and then they're gonna be like, oh shit, she just posts bikini pictures. So all these things you start thinking about other people. So that's an insecurity, isn't it?
But that's also a societal problem, because why is she a hoe? Because she puts on a bikini.
Exactly that. So it's a societal problem. It's like systemic, but. These things do exist, not just in our culture, by the way.
No, but they do exist.
My closest friends are black, white, everything. So I've got like, you know, Jamaican,
same.
Nigerian friends. And they're all like, we've had these same conversations. Like we'd be on a page, oh, don't wife that, that's a hoe, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Look what she posts. It's just normal.
But like, how does like, this is my argument. So the amount of clothes I wear, how does that correlate with what's up here?
Because
you know what I'm saying?
men see it as, oh, she's doing it because she's doing it as a thirst trap. She's trying to get people to DM her, or she's trying to get, you know.
But that's not, see, that's the thing. That's why not you, but they need to change how they think, because a girl that wears bikinis or does, I mean, there's obviously a thin line. I mean, if her ass is out or whatever, I get what you're saying. But if she's just like literally just wearing like, by the way, it's her body, her choice, but
of
bikini,
course, it's her body, her choice,
yeah, but bikini and everything.
The man's choice.
But that's the thing. That's what needs to be changed. You know. But that's the thing. So you say a girl in a bikini can't be a wife?
There are people.
No, hold on. You're saying a girl that wears a crop top and a bikini is not wifey material?
It's the guy's choice whether he wants to wife that or not.
What's that though? What do you mean wife that?
We're saying that.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. So that's a mentality thing, right? So you're saying that just because she likes to post, she's confident in her body and her sexuality, she doesn't deserve to be wifed in other people's eyes. That's a problem.
I'm saying, look, there's people out there who are confident enough to have a wife like that.
Exactly, and that's a confidence thing.
That's respect.
100%.
Cool. Because they could go to their mum and say, yo, this is the girl, and I don't give a fuck what you're gonna say.
Exactly, blah, blah, blah. And that girl is.
And they go for the boys, and there's people like that I know.
I feel like it takes a big man to be like that.
There's people that I know that have been.
This is what I would say. Dating me is not for the weak.
Yeah.
Okay,
of course,
that is not for the weak. I don't not. You know what I mean?
But there's people out there that I know have been in these situations, and they didn't want to tell the man them like, oh fucking out. And
I'm willing to listen. Like I had a guy once. Like I posted a picture that was a little risque, and like he gave me a good explanation about it. Like how to you he was just like, listen, like I don't mind these pictures, but that one specifically, like you're sitting on a bed and it doesn't look good. And he gave me a really good explanation to it. And I'm like, I respect that. I'll delete it. You give me a good reasoning. Now, if you're going to be like, you look like a hoe, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, there's a,
communication.
Yeah. Like I get it. On a bed, blah, 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 doesn't look good. Got it. You know what I mean? Because to me, I'm just sitting on a bed, but he's telling me what other guys are thinking.
What the mans are thinking as well.
Yeah. So when he said that, it made sense to me. Instead of like, fuck, like I'm not always just like, fuck you, wow, I was like, okay, you have a point. Okay, cool. So but that's the whole thing about the mentality, right? So with me, I think a lot of people label me a hoe is because I'm in a bikini or whatever. I'm like, name 3 guys you know that I fucked. Yeah. No, for real. Like legit. Nobody has an answer, right? It's just like they make up people and I'm like, bitch, where? Like, tell me where, right? But the thing is, with the Indian society, I've dated only 2 people outside of my culture, and both of them think I am the best fucking like most innocent girl ever, right? And it's crazy to me.
Really?
They think I am like fucking pedestal, right? And then to like an Indian guy, oh, she's crazy bad. And it's just the cultural thing, right? To them, they're looking at me like, oh, okay, she's in a bikini, that's cute. She's not selling anything. She's great. Like I have all these, they see my morals, right? Okay. They see my traditional side. To Indian guys, it's like, oh, she's wearing bikini, she's talking like this whore. So it's just crazy. It's a societal thing.
But there are people out there who the 1% don't think like that.
Because it depends on who you love at the end of the day, right? And it's also like your responsibility as a man as well. So let's just say like, she's posting bikini pictures and you're cool with it, right?
You have to be cool with it. You have to be confident.
You have to be confident, right? And then if you hear somebody say something like, oh, Serena's wearing bikini, she's a hoe, that's your responsibility. Like, bitch, where? How? Like, what makes her a hoe? Because I'm confident in my woman. So I feel like it also takes a strong...
No, you have to be confident.
Yeah, you have to be confident.
If you are big on Instagram, like Serena's got a decent following on Instagram, people are going to say shit. And
what would you do, right, if I posted a bikini picture?
Was also like probably outside of her.
People in my family have said to you, some things about some photos of yours, and I've been like, so
of her photos?
Huh? My photos?
No, back in the days, you had a bit of a thing where you was like, anyway, let's
everyone, I've never deleted a post on my Instagram. You can go and have a look and judge it yourself.
Hey? Anyway, but there's been a few photos with them. People have been like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what's that got to do with you? Like.
See, and she wouldn't want anybody that would give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But she wouldn't have been like, we wouldn't be together if that was the case. Because like I fully understood. Like, if you got to know what if you're gonna be with someone, you got to know what you got.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to be with a fucking fob. Like, you know what I mean? Or like some backward minded. Like, I need somebody who can be a fob like me.
Oh, by the way, UK people don't know what a fob is. So fresh off the boat,
mate.
Yeah.
So
we call them freshies here, by the way.
So the freshies.
Yeah.
So I would like. I like freshies, but like who are also just as Americanized as I am, right? Like there has to be a thin line. So it's like these people that are talking shit. It's like I wouldn't even want to be with your ass anyways. Like, you really think that I care what you're saying? This makes me not want somebody like you. So it just depends on like. Obviously, I already made an image of myself, right? All of a sudden, I start posting pictures like this with like covered up. People can be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And obviously, you are who you are. But to me, it's like, I'm confident in myself. This is my body, you know, and I look good. Like, you know what I mean? And it takes a strong person or a strong man or whatever to be with me. So be it.
100, man.
Yeah, so be it. You know what I mean? And that's what I want.
But you got to know, like I said, that person has to know what they're getting into.
That's what it is. They have to know what they're getting into.
They can't think, oh, now she's with me.
She's going to change. And that happens all the time.
No, the opposite way as well, don't forget.
Yeah.
Girls do that to guys as well.
Oh, yeah, we do. 100%.
Yeah, so.
I start doing it when they start doing it to me. I'm like, okay, then you can't go with your friends either. All right. Oh, no? Okay, now we don't have a problem, right? But I don't even know how we got into this. But yeah, so the confidence thing. I think it's just, I'm telling you, like just the people that used to talk so much shit about me. When I was that good girl, they were talking shit about me, right? Yeah. Virgin, had one boyfriend, fucking all that. Like when I was the good girl, I'm not saying I'm a bad girl, but you know what I'm saying? When I was the epitome of an Indian girl, they still talk shit about me. So I might as well be authentically myself because they're going to talk shit about me no matter what. So I might as well live my life how I like to live. Yeah. You know what I mean? Amen.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people don't do, man. So we rate you for that big.
Well, yeah. Well, another thing is like just because a girl's posting suits all day long doesn't mean she's not getting banged down the street in a car right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you know, like, what the fuck? Like,
okay, not naming names.
Yeah,
okay,
no, but I'm saying, like, the girl could be looking like something online. Like, for me, I'm a prude, to be honest. People think that just because I wear fucking whatever I wear, that it's easy to get at me. It is not. I'll tell you that right now. It's not, but that's the thing. People correlate what you wear and how you dress online, because this girl now looks like wifey material, but she has more bodies under the bag than I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
where we're going,
but that's what I'm saying. It's just perception, right? Yeah, it's 100%. Just you can't judge a book by its cover is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like that. I'm all here for.
But the issue is though, Instagram is and social media in general is just a place where we judge everybody by what we see.
Yeah, obvious. Yeah, exactly.
It's such a superficial thing, isn't it? Like you put your best thing forward. You
don't show your failures. You don't show things like that.
So it's making us more and more superficial. You can't see underneath. You can't see beneath the covers, which is why I love platforms like this, like podcasts, where we
get to know the person,
get to know deep down, like get to know your struggles. Like this is what this whole platform that we're trying to create is about.
I love it. No, you guys are great.
Like really trying to show, like. People just think, oh yeah, she's got followers, whatever.
She just does an ad and that's it. Like it just promotes some flipping gummy bears,
fit tea.
Just because they followed you recently doesn't mean that like you haven't had a long journey. That just means that they've only come across you now. So to them you're an overnight success, but it's a 10, 15 year.
No, like, journey, and then it's just. lot of learning and a lot of growing and a lot of knowing who you are. Like I've struggled with knowing who I am, and now I can confidently say I know who I am, you know?
Which is?
Joty Kay, bitch. I always like to say like authentically, like unapologetically myself. Like, and if I do make mistakes, I like to listen to people who tell me things. I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not perfect, but at least I admit that, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people struggle with admitting their wrongs, right? Because they have to be Miss Perfect, and that's what we're grown up as. But I think being imperfect has beauty in itself, because people can be more relatable, because no one's perfect. And I think that's why I've built what I have, because the small amount of girls that do follow me, I think is because they think they're so alone like I did. They thought they were an outcast, and to see someone, you know, successful or have some sort of followers be like what they were, I think that's a beauty in itself, you know? So that's why I like to be who I am. So shout out to young me and young girls and stuff.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
You got to be a voice for the people that.
And that's by accident. I just speak up. I don't at no part think I'm a feminist or anything like that. But like accidentally, I guess it comes off that way, which is fine. If I think something's wrong, it's wrong. I'm going to speak up about it. You know what I mean? If something attracts my attention, that's what I'm going to speak up about, right? So, and I think a lot of people don't do that because they're afraid of what they're going to lose some kind of contract or blah, blah, blah. So what's the point? Like, to me, is what's the point of being in this position if you don't do shit with it?
Yeah.
Like what's the point? So you're not going to repost something because of why? Like, it's going to take away from your image? Fuck that. Like, if you can't help people and bring awareness, what is the point of you being in that situation? And that goes for a lot of Punjabi singers, actresses, actors. Like, I see that a lot. Why is it me, a micro follower, fucking 200,000, posting about all these issues when 2 million, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 million don't do anything with that?
Yeah, of course.
So that's also like, you know, annoying in its sense of like, you got to be authentically yourself. You got to be true to yourself.
The problem is we're on, when you grow platforms, you're growing a platform on rented land, aren't you? You're growing a platform on Instagram. You're growing a platform on someone else's platform.
Yeah.
So, you good?
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
Okay.
Like, make sure we get the stuff on camera.
She's got a meeting to be in or something back, you know, checking the time and that.
Because I don't have memory, so I get nervous.
She's all this motherfucker's talking, let's have a good time.
No, I'm like, let's turn it off now.
Yeah, so when you grow a platform on rented land, the person that owns the land, Instagram, Zucks, they control the platform, don't they? So they control like what can be said and what can't be said. So they censor a lot of our shit. Like, say, for instance, Sikhi's, like, it's looked down upon in like mainstream media and stuff. Like, they don't seem to promote us very well. Like, they seem to come across like it's like an extremist, like separatist kind of movement and stuff like that.
But a side note, I also get scared to promote anything within the Sikhi because I like to call them, like, I don't want to say fake Sikhs, but like the ones that like intimidate you and get mad at you for saying things. Like, that's just not the way.
Yeah.
Like, if we say something or portray something in a wrong way, instead of talking shit, instead of like putting us down and blasting us, teach us.
Yeah, educate us.
And you know what Sikhi is? It means a teacher.
Student.
Yeah, student, yes.
How
we're learning.
mad.
Saturday, aren't it? Like,
We're
learning.
Savidar, everything that is Sikhi is supposed to be. And I'm nowhere like, you know, very religious, but I know at least that. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I know that. And it's like, you make it even hard for people like me to want to support, because if we say one little thing, you're coming off for our head.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I get that as well. So I think it's like religion is like a very like gray area, right? Because everybody's a true Sikh, right? Everybody's hands are clean or whatever. But I do see that they do censor a lot. You know, and then that sucks. But it's like, if you guys can just pipe down a little bit and like maybe teach, then people would speak more.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, definitely. Like, our people need to find a better way to educate the youth, because like going to a Gurdwara and getting like shouted at by Gyani isn't going to make you want to keep going there.
No.
Like, you want to go to a Gurdwara and you want to like be around people that are cool, or you want to, or the cool people in our you know, in our culture, like the singers and the people that you're saying.
Yeah.
They need to find ways to integrate that in like the other religions do, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So, exactly.
We're not going to get into that.
No, somebody's probably going to have something to say about this.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are fake Sikhs, you know? Like,
At the end of the day, we're not devout Sikhs. We're not out here trying to say that we're trying.
Yeah, we're not Amrit Shak and things like that either, which I understand. But it's like, I was born in a Sikh family. My mom is very religious, and I respect my religion. And I think it could be a very beautiful thing. But I sometimes run away from it is because of the extremists.
Yeah.
Like they really turn you off, you know. But yeah.
I think it's a good time to do the.
I was just about to say, yeah, we're going to play the game.
not
Oh, there's a
rated.
game. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
What, say it again, D. What's it called?
It's called rated or not rated.
Yeah, we need to do a little jingle for that, actually. You can make one, Mr. Producer DJ. So what we've got here is like a list of like topics or certain things, and you have to tell us whether you think they're rated or not rated.
Rated
So we
means
give you-
like good. And
Rated's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not rated's not good.
Bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we just give you something and then you just say straight away rated. not
Okay.
rated.
Okay.
I love these
Oh, you
ones
do the
we
first
picked.
one.
Okay, right, first one. Brown boys.
Not rated.
Oh, really?
Hey!
Oh. Brown one there. Ding, 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 ding. No, why? Why? Give us your reasons why.
No, I'm just like, I would love me a nice proper
shit.
brown boy. I just feel like I just have a bad taste in my mouth for them.
Yeah.
You know, just like the way the comments and things like that, it makes me like steer away because it's like, obviously you can't judge everybody based on like that. But as of right now in my life, I'm staying away from brown Monday.
Fair play.
Any kind of Monday, actually. Brown, pile, kale, whatever.
Okay, rated, not rated. OnlyFans.
Rated. Make your monies, girls. Make that money.
Okay, next one. So I don't know if you've got a different name, but we call them like coconuts or whitewashed
Yeah.
people.
What do you call them again? What? I said
Either
white-
or, coconuts,
white.
So you say
whitewash.
coconut.
Is
Is
there
there
anything
something
else?
else as well?
There isn't something else. is there?
ABCD. American born confused desi.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh, you've never heard that
That's
before.
a new one. That's sick.
Yeah, what do you think? So, like, say, for example, I know obviously in America and Canada, the Punjabis are really good with like, their Punjabi, like very like into their culture. Whereas, say, like more so in the UK, you get a lot of people of this generation who just don't know how to speak like Punjabi.
Yeah.
or
Like
very-
on the way here.
Oh, shut up!
On the way here. Actually, not on the way here. While we was waiting outside the hotel to pick you up.
Yeah.
She's singing a song because yesterday I was gigging. That's why my voice is all hoarse. So this weekend I was gigging all
You
weekend.
said you wasn't gonna
And
say that.
I did say I wasn't going to say it, but fuck it.
It's okay.
fine.
It's a podcast.
Anyway.
Podcast, isn't it?
And we're outside. We're outside the hotel. Oh my god, it's fucking hilarious. We're outside the hotel and she's singing. I played a song yesterday, and she's singing it. So she's like, "City Road there," and I'm like, and I heard it outside. And I'm like, because I'm doing something. I'm like, what? Hold on, I was like, what did you just say? And
You-
she, straight away she knew because I always do this to her. I'm like, what do you? And she's like, what?
What did I say?
And then I'm like, what? Sing that again? And she's like, no. I said, please just sing it. If you don't sing it now, when Joty comes, I'm going to make you sing it in front of her. And she's going to do your best because I know your Punjabi is good. And then, so she goes, okay, I said CT Road there. I was like crying.
Aw,
and then I
that's
was,
cute though.
and then I was like, what is the biggest road in Punjab? And luckily she knew. She goes, GT Road. I was like, okay.
Okay,
So wouldn't
you
it
got
make sense that that
Yeah.
was, wouldn't it make sense that that's
She
what
was
it's
in the
called?
zone, you know. She put the CT Market song and GT together. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I didn't mind a little remix of that.
Yeah.
You have the funniest fucking, she is so fucking funny.
Thank
with
you,
this shit.
Dee, for doing my best, Dee. But anyway, what is your perception on people who are like coconuts, whitewashed,
So I
rated
have
or
like,
not rated?
I think I'm in the middle because I think it all depends on your home, like how it's spoken. Like in my house, it was just Punjabi. But then when my brother was born, it was just English. So my brother can understand, like, I will say the latest Punjabi stuff to him and he knows exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
And it's weird to me because I'm like, how do you not speak it? But it's a confidence thing, right? So to get into it, so I was seeing some, like a lot of girls go viral on TikTok because they don't know how to speak Punjabi.
I've seen those videos.
But
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
but they're trying, right? So to me, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. You get in trouble because you don't know how to speak Punjabi. But then when you try to speak Punjabi, they talk shit to you. So how do you even win that, right? So I think I'm in the middle about it. So it's not their fault that they didn't get the right tools for it.
Yeah.
But I also think it's up to you. Like when I don't know something, I ask my mom. I'm like, Mommy, like when I listen to Ghana.
That's what I do as well.
Yeah.
Are you the eldest?
Like, huh?
Are you the eldest?
I'm the eldest, yeah.
Probably what it is.
So you know the song by Sidhu Moosewala called SYL about the
Yeah.
yeah. So there was a lot of that I didn't know what it was. My mom gave me the whole rundown of the rivers in Punjab that I never knew that. And I'm fucking like, I like to consider myself very Punjabi. But if I didn't ask her that, I'd be singing some bullshit. I don't even know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's more of like, I feel like it's not like coconut's fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's not your fault. But if you I think where I don't like is where it's like, ew, I don't like Punjabi music.
Yeah.
Ew, I don't like
Or
Punjabi
being ignorant.
Like that is not rated. Now, if you are coconut but you're trying your best, then you're rated because you're doing the best that you can.
Yeah. I like that answer.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't actually answer it.
Yeah. No,
I
she
do
said
like
she's
that
in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, I rate
that's in the middle. There should be a forfeit, man.
I rated the coconuts, but the not rated to the ew, I hate Indian food. I hate Punjabi people like that.
I don't like Bunga music.
I hate
I don't like it. Ew. That's
Like,
so
ew.
dissy like that. Like, yeah.
Agreed.
Fucking hate that, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's your own culture. Like, you listen to like hip hop music, which technically isn't our own culture. It's American culture now.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
technically that was a black cultural thing.
Yeah.
And or you listen to Afro beats and shit like that. Yeah, so other people.
But Punjabi music is where you draw the line. Like, what the hell? Yeah.
Like, but that's your music, so that should be like more cool to you.
Yeah, like my little brother, like he gets like that sometimes, and then I'll like show him like the cool Punjabi music. He's like, "Oh shit, that's cool," you know. So it's like up to us too, as like elders or like parents or whatever, to like help, you know, show the cool side. So
Agreed.
it's in the middle.
Sugar babies.
Rated, get your money.
I knew you to say get your money, girl. I knew,
When we wrote this, he was like 100% Jyoti's gonna say rated.
I'm gonna say rated. If some dumbass is ready to give you all his money just because you look good, girl, I'll take that shit.
awesome, man. Serena, do something.
Okay, next one. Right, rated or not rated? Chaat masala on fruit.
Ooh, rated. That's pretty good.
I like it as well.
Really?
Yeah, do you not?
I don't think I've tried
I'll put
it.
chaat masala on everything if I could. It's good.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you put gala loon on fruit, or is it just chaat
some people
masala?
do, like,
I like it.
Yeah, I
Gala
like
loon
it
as well.
It's like a nice little like, like a got a taste, right? It's good. Yeah.
I like it.
Sorry, Pindo. She tries to be all cool on that, but you're a Pindo deep down.
I am
Straight out of
actually.
Sangrur.
I am straight out of Sangrur. No, even like in California, because we have a lot of Mexicans there, they put tahin. Tahin, their version of chaat masala on fruit. So it's like
Dang, what's that?
it's like a Mexican masala.
Mexican masala.
Yeah, so they put it on fruit too. And I have like a big ass thing at home. Instead of like chaat masala, I put that on fruit.
Really?
Talking about Mexicans, I got a weird ass story yesterday at the gig that I went to. There's a guy up and up Punjabi, like, you know, saying sort of that everything. He's got family who are pretty much almost fully Mexican, because when up and up when they went to the Americas to like do the railroads and shit, some of them like just like married Mexican women.
Yeah.
And there's full on families that are like
And New Mexico especially.
like 5, 6, 7, 8 generations down the line who are like pretty much Mexican.
Really?
And they know
But then
Punjabi and they're sick and they have gurdwaras, everything.
But they're related, like, you know.
But there's similarities if you think of wheat roti, they eat tortillas. They use, Their main ingredients are like cumin, what was it? Cumin, onion powder, whatever. Because I know how to make Mexican food. And it's all, we just use like little, like a couple more stuff, right? Like maybe garam
Always wanna
masala or
go
whatever.
the extra
like garam masala and stuff like that. But they also use some of the same ingredients. So my Mexican friend loves Indian food.
Yeah.
I can imagine so, yeah.
I
I've
want
seen
some good
that.
Mexican food. I've never really had good Mexican food before.
No, Mexican food here is garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think so. There's not Mexicans here, right?
Yeah, So we haven't been to America properly to see.
Come to me, man. We're right next to Mexico.
100%.
We have great Mexican food.
Ja Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
yeah.
Oh, talking about that, let's do the next one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So next one. Rated or not rated, Mickey Singh.
Not rated.
Oh, really? Don't like him?
I used to like him back in the day. I think now not rated.
As a person or music-wise?
Okay, not rated person-wise, music-wise rated.
Okay, so you like his music, but you just don't like him.
Yeah. There you go.
Fair
Okay.
play. Next one. Right. Rated or not rated, BBLs.
I think not rated. I think they're going to go out of style soon. So all those girls are going to have to get rid of that. But I mean, if you want to, that's on you. But I think like it just really sucks for like younger girls like to see stuff like that, you know, to think that your body isn't good enough because you don't have the money to get a BBL. So I think it's not rated, because sometimes I thought about getting a BBL because I don't have a butt. Like, I mean, I have some hips, but I was just doing it for other people, because I still be pulling people with this body. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't need no butt.
Yeah, I don't need nothing. So to me, I think it's not rated. But I mean, I'm not against it, but I think it's not good for the younger girls.
And what it does mentally.
It's getting glamorized too much, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
but like
normal people can't afford that shit, so they're like getting loans.
No, or they're doing things illegally to go get it, and it messes them up. And it's also like a fad. Remember when really skinny girls were in? Like, models, very thin. Skinny, yeah. And look at Kim K. She's thick. Getting rid of that butt and getting really skinny. So that's just going to go away soon. Yeah. It's going to be out of style, so not rated.
Okay. What we got? I can't read that. Oh, Mama's Boy.
Oh, not rated. My brother is a mama's boy. I'm sorry, I can't be a mom to a kid and a freaking boy. Like, y'all, they need to grow up with that. And let me not rate moms that are obsessed with their sons. So not rated. That's so weird. Like the ones that give like their daughter-in-laws hard times because like I think they're just obsessed with their sons in this weird way.
I think, you know what it is? A lot of
our culture does have that, doesn't it?
But I think a lot of it is.
Gorde have it as well. I've seen it. In
yeah, they do.
But it's more so us.
I think because a lot of
women have it too. I've seen that before. I watched Love and Hip Hop.
I think a lot of
we don't get that here, you know, Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, yeah, we don't.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But it's massive over there in the States.
Yeah, I mean, it's what, trash TV, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so's Love Island. You guys have that.
Yeah.
That's also trash TV. I know of it, but I don't watch it. Yeah.
I think Tom Mama's Boy, though, I think comes from the fact that with a lot of people having had arranged marriages, they were so unhappy with their husband. Their son is literally their everything.
Dude, me and my friend, that is the exact point we came up with, that they are not happy with their husband, and this is somebody that they love and they get to pick.
And who loves them so much back as well.
Yeah.
So they find their husband and son in them.
What do you think of Mama's Boy as a man?
Are you a mama's boy?
I wouldn't say so, no. I've always been... It's difficult in my house because me and my dad was really close, but he was like you, basically.
Yeah.
He was an alcoholic, but he was an alcoholic my whole life from the start, from pretty much what I can remember. But I always believed that he was not going to be... he was like my hero. Mm-hmm. So...
You wanted to be like dad.
Up until a certain point, I was like very, I want to be with my dad, and then... I wouldn't say I was a mama's boy.
Like, you love your mom, but you're not like,
but then, yeah, my sisters was telling you that I got preferential treatment.
Yeah.
But you've seen different things.
So does my brother, but he's a mama's boy.
Like, for the last 10 years of my life since my dad passed away, I've got a house with just me by myself and 3 women, so... You can already know that I'm outnumbered. You know
Yeah.
Like, sometimes they'd make me feel like I'm like, because they'd gang up on me and like make me feel like I'm so like, because they'd all stick to each other's fucking stories, and I'd be the only one saying the opposite story.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, no, you must be like wrong, or you're lying, or you're this and that. So
they gang up on
no
you.
one can call me a mama's boy because we've had so much, like,
Yeah, like trauma.
But it's like you and your mum, and it like you
bump heads.
Yeah, you bump heads. You love each other, but
I love her. Yeah.
Like, there's a certain limit of your relationship.
I think the good thing about Dee's mom is that she's never like spoiled him. As in, she loves him so much because he's the only son, but she won't be there like making his bed for him and things like that. Like, she'll know the line.
My mum never spoiled us. She never made us feel like she's ever proud of us, or she's never made us feel like we're doing good. Like, if I do something really good, she'd be like, do you get
That's my mom.
I was going to say, when you were speaking about your mom, I thought, I was like, but I remember speaking to...
Like, Serena's mum, like, fucking goes too much. She'll give her, like, a 10th place trophy. My mum will...
She'll be like, whoa!
Yeah.
Both my parents are literally, like, everything, like... So proud. I love that.
My mum won't even give me a first place trophy. If I come first, she'll be like, TK, or like...
But I spoke to Dee's mum about it, and I think she just said she never wanted her kids to be big-headed. So in order to like ground them, she
which is
just
good
never...
because I had a stage when I started becoming like quite well known in the DJ game. When I tried to get big-headed. But mum would bring...
Your mum would throw you back down again?
You are nothing.
Yeah, that's
like
my mom.
You're just a DJ or whatever. So like my girls are going to uni and like all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
So and you've never been to uni, like I'll never be proud of a DJ, like so shit like that. So she'll just put you right back down.
That's like my mom. My mom. I'm here. She's like, remember your real job, okay? And I'm like, okay, I'll remember my real job.
I will never let anyone call me a mama's boy. I was not a mama's boy.
I don't think
or
it's
a daddy's
attractive
boy.
to be a mama's boy.
I was never a mummy's boy or a daddy's boy. Because my mum was always in the
You're
shop
just a boy.
working my whole life.
You don't want someone to be a mama's boy because we've all grown up with very like dads who have been like the breadwinners,
Yeah,
who've been
yes.
like, you know, the voice of the house.
Yes.
But then for us, when we look for partners, we want someone like that as well. And when they're so dependent on their moms, you're like, well, my dad was never like this. Even I suppose they were mama's boy to an extent, but as in they would get their own house.
Yeah.
And, do you know what I mean? So
they were like. I like my type is hyper masculine men.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's a good thing,
The
but
alpha
I like
male.
very alpha male.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm very alpha. So when I have an alpha male, it calms me down a little because I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll listen to you. Okay, yeah, like because you're the only one that could tell me what to do or whatever. But like, I love alpha male.
Like people used to say to like people who have met me, like, oh shit, he hasn't got a dad. Like, you know, our people in our family, like not family, but like extended
that's
people.
so rude.
They'd be like, oh, if he hasn't got a dad, that means he's not used to authority. He's not used to be told what to do. So like, you gotta be careful of that.
Oh, okay, got it.
So people like up and they think these weird shit.
The weird shit,
Like,
I had
that's
somebody,
quite deep to get into, you know?
very deep.
But that's you can't
No,
judge that.
But they just make reasoning out of everything, right?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
went to fucking WhatsApp University.
But I'm literally
WhatsApp
Exactly.
University.
Yeah.
But I'm literally like, you know that like no one can tell me what to do really. Like I'll just do what I want
Same.
to fucking do, and that is
Yeah.
it to the
Yeah,
T.
yeah.
And that's what like having shit happen to you. That's what I say. Like having shit happen to you in your life, adversity, it does create this for you. Like it creates like you tend to guard yourself, or you tend to think fuck what anyone else says. Like if when my sister, like she went to university. She went to like quite a prestigious, same university that Serena went to, quite prestigious uni. And then like when my dad passed away, she was still in uni at the time. She was like 6 months later, she was coming to me. She's like, I want to drop out.
Yeah.
She knew that would break my mum's heart because my mum cried when she got like a B. So like because she gave up on me because I was fucked. Yeah. I came back with like U's, like which is unmarked. Like my grades were shit.
Yeah.
And so she put all her hopes into my sister, and my sister came back with a B once, like A B, and she's
God forbid.
And at the results day, she cried in front of the teacher. Teachers were so fucking like astounded.
They were like, B's are not bad.
Yeah, B's are good. Like that's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
So I was like, shit, what do I do? I'd like since dad passed away, like fucking like I realised life's too short. I don't want to keep doing something I don't even enjoy. Shit, law is boring.
Yeah.
I'll give up now. If I I'll just give up now. Like I'll just drop out. I was like, listen. Mum's like not gonna like
be happy with this. Yeah.
She goes, okay, then if I just don't do any more work from now, I could get a 2-2, which is like, what's a 2-2?
Like I don't know,
like a C,
like a 2. A first
a
is the best. 2-1, like you done good. 2-2.
So first is like an A, 2-1 is like a B.
Yeah.
2-2 is like a C,
2-2
average.
Normally, if you want to get into a job, they always do require like a 2-1. Like a 2-1 is seen as you passed your degree.
Oh, C is like a D then, because we're A, B, C, D, F.
I think 2-2 you do
F
pass,
is fail.
but it's a bit
You do
like
pass, but it's like a C minus.
Also, if anyone
C minus,
listening has got a
okay.
2-2, like, I'm not talking shit on you.
So
by
she
the
goes,
way.
basically, she goes, I'll get a 2-2 if I don't do anything. I was like, listen, just stick it out to the end of the.
You made it this far, yeah.
You stick it out, and then once you've done that, then like you've got the 2-1, so you got the approval. You can say to mum, I got a 2-1. I've got a degree, and then go chase your dreams and do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, it's all about being happy.
100%. Yeah.
And then don't listen to the noise that mum's gonna give you, because I went through that. Like.
Well, because they want the best for you, right? So
Yeah, they want the best.
But they don't know how to they don't express it, so they make us feel like shit.
Yeah, like because they don't know any other way.
Yeah, that's the way.
They
It's
don't
either
know
this way or that way.
They're so young when they had kids. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They don't know. No, that's another thing. Like, to go back to it, like, learn to forgive your parents, because there's no manual to parenting.
Yeah.
At all. Like, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, just like we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. You know what I mean? Your parents were growing with you, so you can't always be mad at them for some of the things they did, because they didn't know any better.
Yeah, like our parents all had probably full family by our ages that we sat here.
Yeah.
Jobs and a house, like so. That's very young, and I still think of myself, oh shit, I'm not like mentally, like
Yeah, I don't
Imagine
think
you as a mom, fucking how you can't set my light. Like imagine.
But I think once you have it, though, I feel like you figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not nowhere near having a baby, but like,
I don't think
if I had one, I'd be.
Yeah.
You do. You just figure it out. It's like anything. You know, when people are so hesitant to do anything in life.
Yeah.
You're never ready. Just
If you just
dive in.
if you just dive in, you'll
Make the
figure it
move.
out.
That's my motto in life. I'll figure it out. Like anything, I'm always be like, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I swear, that's my fucking motto in life. Like, do you know how to do that? I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
How are you gonna pay that?
We do that and
Figure it out.
Yeah.
She stresses so much. I'm like, yo, we'll fucking figure it out. And she's like, what do we do? We've just said yes to this.
But you need
How
a
the fuck are we gonna
balance.
do it?
You need a balance. Yeah.
Yeah, there is no balance with him. Like, literally, it could be fucking anything. You'd be like, yeah, fucking we'll do it. I'm like, no, we can't literally do that.
Like she'll,
But you need logic too. But I'm like you. I'm just like, we'll figure it out.
fuck the logic, man.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We had we're getting married next year and we're getting like bookings in.
You'll figure it out.
She's getting like bookings, she's getting an inquiry for Canada next year.
Yeah.
A few days
Like,
before
couple
our
of days
wedding
before the
day.
I was like,
wow.
yeah, let's do it. She goes, how the fuck are we going to do like the Jaguar pre-party? I was like, don't worry, we'll figure it out. And she's like, nah.
I'm like, no, I'm not sacrificing my wedding week. I was like, you're taking it too far now.
No, the wedding week because she wants to look good and be stress free. It's already so much stress.
I've already literally
It's easy
taken
for
up
you guys. You just wake up and you're good. Yeah, like
It's true.
Yeah, you guys wake up and you're like,
Not my
ooh,
fault.
it's my
I woke
Jaguar.
up like this.
Yeah, literally. Oh, it's my Jaguar. We're like fucking wake up at like 5 a.m. all day. You know,
Yeah.
so it's different for women. I'm gonna have to take her
Anyway,
side on
we-
that one.
Anyway, that was our take on Mama's Boy.
That was a fucking long
That was very. It's okay.
Oh, this next one's a good
Oh,
one.
can I say this one?
Yeah, you go.
Andrew Tate. What do you think about him?
Oh, fuck that guy.
Really?
I think he's figured out what he's like me in a sense where he knows
Figured out what sells.
what sells. He goes extreme to piss people off. I don't like how some people say, oh, some of the things he says I agree with. Yeah, I'm sure R. Kelly says great things as well, right? He's still a fucking molester at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's true.
So even if okay, so it's like this. I can be saying a bunch of bullshit for 2 hours, right? Something's gonna make sense to you.
Yeah.
You're gonna relate to I'm sitting here talking nonsense for like 2 hours, something's gonna stick. So that's the same shit with him. He's talking a bunch of shit, bullshit, and then one thing makes sense and everybody's, oh my God, he's so logical. No, anybody can sit here for 2, 3, 5 fucking hours. At one point, something's gonna come out of my mouth that relates to you. You get what I'm
But
saying?
I gotta say, I gotta rate how his I don't know whether it's PR team, I don't know who the fuck's behind it. His growth has been phenomenal. I can't believe everywhere you see.
Well, that just shows you the mentality of men, right?
No, not just men. Just because obviously he gets under women. Like he knows that he's rattling the females. So that's so they're
And that's the number one people that follow are on social media is women.
Yeah.
But he knows that. He's figured out the formula. He's like a Donald Trump in a sense, right? Like Donald Trump just says whatever the fuck comes
But
to his brain.
it's just a character.
Yeah, for all we know-
Andrew Tate is because I've seen some videos where he's broke character and he's like when he does that fuck that fucking bitch
Yeah. But then he has a girlfriend
But then he broke character afterwards and then because he started laughing and he started saying, oh, I don't mean that shit, and he's like. And so it
His
shows.
character, yeah,
so
I call bullshit from a mile away.
All these people that believe in it, I remember telling you from the start, when I first met Serena, she used to believe everything on social media. If someone was like, oh, I got £1 million in the bank, she'd be like, oh my God, she's a millionaire. But no, you're a fucking
I never
lie.
believe anybody.
So
Yeah.
my first thing is don't believe them and make them make you believe them.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't just believe everyone.
Don't believe,
No.
So all these people that fanboys of Andrew Tate, you need to believe it.
He's not
Firstly-
even who that is.
Even if he is that guy, even he's still a multi-millionaire, wherever he is, yeah.
But he's also saying things what these guys are thinking, right? So for example, even with me, when I'm over here cussing people out, it's because a lot of people don't have the balls to do that, right? So they
Yeah.
follow me. While they're following Andrew Tate, they really think like how Andrew Tate thinks, but they don't have the balls to say it.
Or the means.
Or the means,
If he's
yeah.
got the means, if you're just some fucking, I don't know, bus driver.
Yeah.
you
and you're
can't-
talking like that. You can't get away with shit like that. No way.
You can't be like, hey, bitch, come over here. They'll be like, fuck you,
Yeah,
bus driver.
you're
But if you're a billionaire or
ex-boxer
millionaire.
and all this
obviously. Do you
The
understand?
analogies you use.
Yeah.
No, but it's true though, isn't it?
No, it's true.
But the people that follow him are just some pussy, any old idiot.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
And they're just, don't get me wrong, I followed him because I find it fucking hilarious.
He's entertaining.
Yeah, he's just I don't believe half.
He's
the
an
shit.
entertainer. No, I don't believe half the shit. I think, man.
Not even half the shit. I don't believe most of the shit. But I was so intrigued
Yeah.
how he's cracked
How
the code
can he?
of fucking
It's
this
to piss
whole
people
game.
off, right? That's all it
End up
is.
games have cancelled on everything, but still, he just fucking cracked the code.
Mad.
He did. That's what it is. He figured out the formula.
Yeah.
The mad thing is now, I think people are going to try and take a leaf out of his book and do all this crazy shit as well. Now we're going to just have a
No,
generation
no.
of
Yeah,
like
he has a whole
crazy.
pyramid scheme going on, right? He's a businessman at
That
the end of the
hustler
day.
thing, yeah. But no, I don't think. I think the reason why he got cancelled so heavy is because like the platforms are like, yo, we don't need another one with a voice like that.
Yeah.
So
True.
so people are gonna be too
He
scared
learned from
to try it.
6ix9ine, right? 6ix9ine used to say a bunch of bullshit, right? And then he got really famous off of that. Now he's like degrading women and like getting famous off. Like it's trash
Yeah, but
talk,
he's fell
right?
off now, isn't it? Like,
Who's
he's not-
6ix9ine? Yeah.
He's not relevant now.
Andrew Tate's not going to be around long. This is just a little he has right
No,
now.
Andrew Tate's finished.
Yeah.
He's cancelled on every platform,
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
money platforms.
Also,
like
if you're not
Stripe,
posting on social media, no one knows
like-
about
Yeah,
you
he
anymore.
does.
That's it. It's
Stripe,
gone.
like, but listen,
He had his moment. Everyone
Stripe,
knows his name.
PayPal, Shopify, not just social media. Social media is nothing. Like actual money platforms that he needs to like operate businesses, other than fucking whatever else he does, like casinos and what the fuck he does. Like actual platforms that he needs to do online business. He
I
can't-
wonder how he feels
can't do
right
it.
now. Like, wouldn't you just love to know how?
But he was
feels
on a
right
yacht,
now?
like just another day.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Oh.
so I think he's doing fine.
No, he's all right. Money wise, he's all right. But obviously, it's got to be a bit.
No, but as in not money wise, just how do you feel, man? Like when you just think shit, like
No, I think he still feels
No,
like
he's
the
so
man.
delusional. That
His adrenaline is high.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm the shit. That's how he's feeling.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck what he's doing.
he
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, not rated.
Our last one we kept quite light-hearted.
I can't read it.
How can you not read that, Nando's?
Oh, Nando's. It looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
Nando's.
I fancied Nando's.
You like
It was
Nando's?
good. It was
Oh,
good.
fancy Nando's.
Yeah, I don't think it's phenomenal, but I don't think it's bad. I wasn't like, ew. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but don't forget, it's like 15 quid, 15 pounds. Like,
Yeah, for 15 pounds, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. And it was healthy. Like it was good. I liked it. I liked the sauce, what was it called?
The wild herb.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I poured down everything.
We'll have to take you back before you go.
I liked it. It was good. The McDonald's wasn't here. Everyone's like, you have to try the McDonald's in the UK.
Who said that?
People. And I tried it and I was like,
What did you try?
some chicken sandwich with spicy mayo or something.
Oh yeah,
Ours is better.
That's actually probably the more decent one as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
If you tried a breakfast, maybe like a McMuffin.
we have those too. Well, who knows?
McMuffins.
McMuffins, yeah. I always get the egg white one if we go on a trip or something. The egg
Oh.
white McMuffin.
Egg white. That's such an American thing.
That's disgusting. Why would you
Egg
get an
white
egg white
McMuffin.
This is healthy.
What the whole point that makes?
How is a fucking egg white? Anything from McDonald's is not healthy. It's fucking.
Oh, it's the healthiest.
Yeah.
Okay. You might as well
Yeah.
just get the egg yolk, because the egg yolk's got loads of.
I like egg yolk,
Yeah, that's
but
okay.
I like the taste of the egg white. I don't know.
Ugh.
At the McMuffin wise. At home, I eat with the yolk. Yeah. No, all my eggs are eggs. That's the tasty part, right? Like when you boil the egg, why am I going to eat a boiled egg without the yellow? That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
That's
it's so
weird.
weird,
That's
man.
weird.
My mum used to force us to have boiled eggs in the morning, and we used to just try to eat the fucking yolk and like dash the white.
Really? I love boiled eggs.
Yeah.
I love them.
She used to force us every morning, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
He was there feeding it to the
So
dog.
then she used to give us the whites by itself, and then give us the yolks after.
That's really, that's kind of weird. You eat it together. Like, it's like eating your sandwich separate. Like you had the bread, the lettuce,
No, because
the
like
meat. You gotta
because
have
we
it
wouldn't
together.
eat the whites. Like so she forcing you.
Well, whatever you gotta do for the kids, right?
Weird shit.
One day we'll be doing it for our kids.
Who knows? These kids, how they're gonna turn out.
Right. I think let's wrap it up there. We've been talking for so long, and it didn't even feel like that long.
No,
at
it
all.
didn't. I know. Are we still recording? Oh, we're still going. I still got memory in this stuff. What's up? All
Memory
right.
in this bitch.
Shout out to Joty's storage on her phone.
I know. I keep getting nervous. I'm like, is it doing it? Okay, cool. But yeah, no, it was so nice talking to you guys.
Oh, it was so
Thanks
nice
for coming
talking
out,
to
man.
you.
Really
Of course, no,
appreciate it.
thanks for picking me up.
Yeah.
guys. Yeah,
And
coming all
also-
the way from Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Birmingham, LA connection.
Yes. Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought? Like all the time.
So to summarize, where can everyone find you? Where can they follow you?
But if you're living under a fucking rock,
Yeah.
you don't know who Joty Kay is. There's a lot of people that probably know about you that don't follow you.
Oh, 100%. I always like to say that. I'm like, you may not follow me, but you know me. At Joty Kay on everything, Joty Kay. everything pretty much. Google me.
Your podcast?
Oh yeah, Joty Kay Uncut is on Apple, Spotify.
I've checked it out.
Oh, thank you.
I really liked it. I cried my heart out. Your one about your dad. Like I
know.
cried.
That's actually my most popular episode.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to listen to that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
There's 2 of them.
I messaged you after and I was like,
You did, you
that
did.
episode.
Yeah, we
I will
related
never
on
forget that. Honestly, I know we touched on it in this podcast to do with like alcohol addiction and things, but Joty really posted on there a real like raw, like unedited how she was feeling, like advice to anyone going.
I think I cried in it, right? I think I did.
Oh, you did, and I was crying so much, and honestly, it left me just feeling like so like open-minded and different about my own situation. So please,
I remember you saying
like go and listen to it. It's really super important.
It is. It was a very I didn't realize how many people I touched with it. To me, it was more of my therapy in a sense. Like, I always wanted to talk about it because people always had so many opinions and talking shit. I just wanted to tell my story. And my little brother was actually on. I was very surprised he went on it, right? So yeah, you get to hear our perspective of what we had to go through.
I didn't hear. Oh, there must have been a separate one.
There was 2 of them. So there's Addiction is Real #1, and then the second one is the one that you listened to. So there's 2 of them. Yeah. So
your brother.
Yeah. So it's Addiction is Real Part 1 and Part 2. My brother's on the Part 1. That one you get to hear the story that I was talking about in depth, and then the second part is when my dad passed away.
Right.
So yeah, you get 2 perspectives of it. But yeah, it's on Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud. I think that one's also on YouTube. It's also on my website, jotykworld.com. And hopefully you'll see me in the movie theaters.
Oh, yes. Thanks for being a voice for us anyway. And
thank you guys.
we hope to see you again soon.
Yes, you will.
Big love to Joty Kay.
I'll see you guys after this.